know what that was about, but listen now, MPs, you get paid to be there. The budget presentation from the Minister of Finance, Leader of the Opposition, Opposition Spokesman on Finance, and the Prime Minister is an important parliamentary occurrence. And for people not to be there when the Leader of the Opposition is making his presentation I don't even know. I don't know. It's not disgusting because I don't expect a lot. But no, man, you're not serving your constituents. You're not serving the people well by not being there. I don't know what your reasons were, but not good. I'm 63 years old and I expect to live for over 100. All when Prince Louis became King of England, Jamaica will not complete the constitutional reform. I am in agreement with you, sir. Total agreement. And this one from Bridget says, Simon, if a front-facing employee has a hickey, they can wear a scarf or a turtleneck to cover it. I feel the rule is not an issue to fight. All right. Let me go back to the phone lines. 8631. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Hotline. Done there, so let's try here. 7615. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Welcome to Hotline.
How are you?
Good.
The government members do not have to be there because they're not going to understand. I'm not going to say. The only thing they understand is nepotism, corruption, and government badness and journalism.
Oh, really?
So it don't make no sense to talk to people who not going to understand. You waste your time. So we watch the opposition leaders' presentation, and it is out there on YouTube.
Yes.
And we who can understand, decent people, we will continue to watch it. Because you can't understand, it don't make no sense. You got shut now, then think they're Spanish him attack. And no corruption. I ask a question on Tuesday and never cost me. I tell you, I stay with you. I only ask me can get a contract down a Rada St. James. If the Prime Minister and the Agriculture Minister and them are cost me Simon. I don't know they not start cost yet. I don't know why them are cost me. So you see why they won't. And these are some of the reasons why they don't understand the opposition leaders' presentation. That is why they are not there. The next thing, agreeing with John. I don't remember which year because sometimes I don't pay them no mind either because I can't understand them, but this is nonsense.
Yes.
They're 2 years in a row, they present the same budget. It's just that, so the same promises. I remember one road, I don't know Kingston, there's a road that is supposed to be wide in Kingston.
Lady Musgrave, I think it was.
About 3 years straight. It's just that this year it appeared in line 10, the next year probably appear at 9-2, and the following day at line 3. You see, that is how they do things. So the promises, we don't expect them to keep their promises either. Because a promise to the people is not going to increase their current account balance.
Yeah. And yet that's what we vote on, right? We vote on the promises that are made by our politicians. Then we don't hold them accountable. This is what I don't understand.
You me vote for promise and issues some, but when you see when we see election day, I first never talk to you. Election day, me see man get 200,000 votes. Election day, me see outdoor agent, I carry people go up to the polling in front of the police and the soldier. 10,000 a day, and after
I can't argue with you because you are saying you saw it, but
me see that in front of the police and the soldiers.
Okay.
And the soldiers, I don't know his name, but he can't tell you what me tell him 5 minutes after 7 when he lock the gate for me at my polling station. So if you have money, me know what happen at some constituency. Me know when the 30 million come. Me can't tell the license plate at the vehicle them when the transport.
Did you report it? You reported it to anybody?
You know, you may say some of them are in front of the police and the soldier.
Okay.
So the things see one PNP MP dead over port, and I say not now come out tight, and not now come out tight. There's a PNP MP council that died in the line of duty over Portmore, and I called Clive the next day and said, not a thing going come out tight. You hear gunfire about it, Simon?
No.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your call, Bridget. thanks for this, Peter Gordon, the correction. The debt exchange was introduced and implemented by Audley Shaw as Minister of Finance, and then part 2 implemented by Peter Phillips. But when the debt exchange was introduced, there was a big hullabaloo and a cussing, well, not only from the private sector, but of course from the then opposition PNP. And then when the PNP got in, they implemented their own debt exchange. This week, it's the first time listening to you, although I'll miss Clive. I like your style. Thank you for that. True taxi charging 180 instead of 150, which is something I'll put to Edgerton Newman when we speak to him a little later on in the program. In a little while, we're going to be talking to Burrell Scarlett, who is the CEO of Plant Nutritionists and Evergrow Jamaica. We'll talk about growing tips, especially for areas around the areas about irrigation, and as well as the upcoming Jamaica Orchid Society show. I know a lot of people grow their orchids, and I've seen some, and some of them are really pretty. But I don't think you can beat the rose. You know, the rose is, to me, the greatest flower ever. Plus, it smells good. All right, we take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about growing tips.
The voice of...
Sometimes my mind runs on certain things, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Metro. But you'll be watching, though.
No, sir.
You're not watching?
No, man, no, sir. We can't watch them. We can't stomach them too. Because one of the things we can't take is that him carry out him, they call it him cheering past it.
Mm-hmm.
And as him open him mouth and say one little thing, them start beat down with it. Then they listen when I say good, them start beat down with it. So I can't lower my intelligence.
Oh.
For really sit down and watch something like that.
Okay. What was the other thing you were going to talk about?
Yeah, the pension thing. The pension.
Yes.
Last week, I think it was Friday. I think it was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I went by the Portmore, the mall in Portmore. And I saw a gentleman, older gentleman, in a by age group and thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we struck up a conversation, and him say him come to collect him pension.
Yes.
Man say him going at the line, the bank, and when him pushing him card, he couldn't get the money. Them say him no understand how the pension didn't come. The pension didn't come, and it normally come. It's supposed to come every 15th of the month, but because the 15th was Sunday, it normally come like say a Thursday or a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Him say never get no money. Him say him have $800 and something in the bank. Him say never have no money to pay him taxes here now.
All right, come quick, Metro.
Yeah, him say him have $800 in the bank. And you know, him couldn't get $500 out of the bank.
Why?
The bank has stopped issuing $500 bills. Most of the ATM machine them you go nowadays, you can't get $500. You can't get $100. You can't.
That's not my experience. Is that a town thing or a country thing? Because that's not my experience.
In a Portmore here, man, if you go all of it, most of the
yeah, but Metro, you need to stop using one example for color the whole system, because I don't know that to be true. I don't have that issue when I go to the ATM.
You get $500 out.
500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000.
Most of the ATM, I would like somebody to call and tell if it's a lie you're telling.
No, I don't say it's a lie you're telling. I'm just saying that one instance may not speak
but
to...
it has happened to me more than one time.
Okay.
It has happened to me too.
Yes.
You cannot get the start from $1,000 go up.
Okay.
In most of the ATM that I've been to in Portmore here, I am telling you, I'm not telling a lie.
Oh, hold on. What you're saying, it start from 1,000, go up, that you can't get as little as 500.
Right.
Okay, I got you now. I got you. I thought you were saying that you could only get $500, but I see what you mean.
Man, you
can't get less than 1,000.
Less than
I got you. Okay.
So suppose like that man now at that.
All him want is 400. Him can't get it.
You want $100 to pay him bus fare or something like that. What is the bank doing?
I don't know. I don't know why that would be, but I'll certainly leave it out there, and I'm sure other people will tell you.
Who want to talk to the bankers, man? I believe that I'm supposed to can get him a $50 if I want to the bank, so that's our money. You know?
Yes.
So the ban 100, so the ban 500, so the next thing have $1,000, then we ban and what next?
Yeah. That don't make any sense to me.
Yeah, man. Exactly. That is problem. And why is it so hard in this country, man?
Yeah, man. We really make it hard for ourselves in terms of our customer service, in terms of how we do business. But you know what? Sometimes we just accept it. For instance, gas prices have gone up by $13 over the last 3 weeks or so. I don't know if you remember. One of the things I did in coming into media so many years ago, there was gas riots in I think it was 97.
Yeah.
But nobody know. Everybody, I don't know if it's because them can vent them spleen on social media or talk shows like this, but nobody seemed to go to the streets or anything.
At that time, we had a political agenda, you know. Remember, just politics was driving.
No, I agree, but still, you still had to get people out. And you know what? I remember being up by Hope Road, and the university students were the ones who were out on the road protesting. When last you see a university student protest?
No, I thought what the people were attending at university.
Is that never dry into that? I got. All right, Metro. Good. Cool. Yeah, man. Let me go to 926-7615 and say good morning to Basil. Morning, sir. Hello.
Good morning,
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Simon.
Yes, ma'am. Morning.
We have a bad road on Carisbrook, Lovers Lane here, sir. We have to walk all the way out on the main to get something to come for around here. Not coming around here unless we walk out the road to get on like a taxi. The road is very bad around here, you know, sir. Lovers Lane Road.
Where exactly is that?
At Carisbrooks.
And how long has it been like that?
Over some 20 odd years now, sir.
No, man, then you can't call me about it. 20 odd years later, brethren?
No, Jesus, they promise we all the way the road are going to fix and they can't fix it.
Oh, no.
If you ever see condition where they pick them up, take off the where their skippers go up on the main big one school. When they go out there, they take off, put on their school shoes and go for the school.
And you complain and nobody do anything about it?
Not at all, sir. Not at all, not to around there, sir.
Boy.
Not at all. It's a harsh road there, sir. You go from the main to the other main. And nobody come and look on the road and see the condition of it. If you ever see it at this place.
All right. Give me the name of the road again.
Lovers Lane, sir.
Lovers.
The main of Carisbrook district.
Lovers Lane. What kind of district?
They call it John Hill.
Cam Hill.
John Hill. But some people get their nickname there, Lovers Lane.
And this is where?
We have some lovely house around here, you know, sir. And we don't just the road they want. We don't make nothing else.
All right. Where exactly is this now? Which area?
Up at Carisbrook district in Lovers Lane, they call it.
No, you keep calling. Where's Carisbrook district?
Yes.
Where is it?
Off the main.
No, brethren. It's in a St. Elizabeth, it's in a Mozambique, it's in a Kingston, it's in a Spanish town. Where?
No, St. Elizabeth.
Okay.
St. Elizabeth.
Right. That was one name, that's Lovers Lane you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Lovers Lane.
Okay.
Well,
for 20 years.
Mr. Simon, is a disgrace.
Well, all right. I'll pass it on next time we see Mr. Shaw and see if he can help you out. Yeah?
Yes, sir. If not, we are going to block the road, sir.
You're going to block the road? Well, you block the road and the road no good.
We're not going to block it because the condition we're in now. No, we have to walk all the way, go stand in the main, you know, sir.
Boy.
We have some very good house around here, so.
But it sounds like you have to go block the bush because if the road not good, me not see how you can block it.
You want no bush. This place rain now every time people are from the street. All the light funny, the post.
All right, I will leave it there, Basil, but I'll pass it on for you here.
Put the chain off of your yard.
All right, good. All right, come on, welcome to the hotline. Tell us how your members are going to deal with this crisis that is taking place at the moment.
Thank you for having me, Professor Crosskill. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Well, good morning to your listeners all over the country and especially in Hanover. And of course, and I know I mentioned Hanover, and of course, in Portmore, Dumby area, and of course, Seaview, Waterhouse, and other areas in Kingston who are tuning into you just now. Issue of the war in the Middle East, it's a dangerous one, and we have to all go down on our knees and start praying. But if it gets worse, I don't know how the commuting public in Jamaica is going to manage. But I'm saying from last week that we have to brace ourselves for an increase, not a normal increase in fuel price, but an increase that will allow us to maybe see some of our operations and, of course, try to do other things that maybe work from home. I want to make the point strongly because what is happening with the ships now moving around another territory to reach their destination is not looking good, Simon. And if it continues for the next, let's say, 10 to 14 days, then Jamaica is going to feel the serious effect. We are not feeling it now. What is happening now is that Petrojam is trying to cruising itself around, watching the numbers globally. And of course, in the next few days, they might come up with something that is not going to be likable on the Jamaican motoring public. But right now, we have to watch what is happening and hope and pray that Master Trump will change his wording and take it easy and cause things to be normal. Because the more he speaks, the more things get worse in the Middle East.
All right.
So right now, yes, go ahead.
So let me just deal directly with what's happening. About $13 increase over the last week or so.
Yes.
What are your members doing about that? I'm getting calls and messages that suggest that you're already putting up prices, whereas it should be $150 from Papine to Ligani. The operators are charging $180 to $200. When you meet, and you recently met with the Minister of Transport, what are you saying to him in relation to what you need and what is already happening on the ground?
Very good question here. But we must realize that what is happening in the Middle East is not taking place on us now. And if small pocket persons within the sector are doing that, we ask them to cease and desist. And the minister made it very clear when he spoke to us last night. But the fuel situation, our situation is not affecting Jamaica at this moment. And one must understand that. I'm saying...
You're not answering my question, about the already applying increases or significantly more than was agreed with in terms of pricing. That's your members are seemingly are not subscribing to what you and the minister and other people have agreed.
Yeah, but look, let's put it this way. The fact is that the Petrojam fluctuates its price every now and then. Actually, every week. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I'm saying over the past few days, of course, we see a slight increase in the price of fuel.
but the increase...
Listen carefully. I don't want us to pin anything on the taxi man between Papine and Halfway Tree.
You may not want to, but that's just an example. The fact of the matter is the commuters are complaining that they are told by you and your minister and your members that the price for something is $150. But when they get in the vehicle, they're being charged $200. How then do you say to the minister, by the way, the 16% that you promised me, I need it now, and in fact, I need more than that?
Okay, the minister promised us the 16% to say something very straightforward in the next 3 to 4 weeks. We said it to us last night. We are dependent on that. I am saying any transport operator in or outside of the KMTR moving their cost by $10, $20, or $30 for that matter must cease and desist. We are getting the complaint. It is not widespread. And I understand commuters. $1 is a whole lot for them, right? And therefore, we are saying to them, please don't. In peak hours, after 11 o'clock, I cannot say to a taxi operator, you can't put on an extra $1. Right now, in Portmore, the road condition, I'm not saying they should increase the price, but they don't work. The fact is, the taximen are feeling it.
Edgerton, you have any control over your members and what they do, really and truly?
It depends, because if a taxi operator increases its price, I cannot go on the road and say, don't do it.
Why
I
not?
Encourage them not to. It is the government, through the transport authority,
Correct.
and through the police, who can take the action. I can't take it. My job is to every single day encourage them to do the right thing.
From I know you've been head of Transport Operators Development Services. If you cannot convince your own members, who else can be able to convince them?
No. I think we can talk to them and they will listen. I have hundreds of operators over the past few weeks sitting at our feet as leaders, listening to us, and you will be surprised to see what is taking place now. There's a change in the perception of the transport sector. There are reduction in discipline on the road, but you cannot control every single one of them. You Crosskill by a car tonight.
Yes.
You throw the key to your man tomorrow morning in a shorts or a pajama, and he start to move and say, "Me charge my price." Edgerton don't know that person. Lawrence Finnegan don't know that person. Louis Barton don't know that person. And then we are blamed for his ill behavior on our street.
But his ill behavior is so pervasive that it makes me question. And sometimes you talk like other people don't go on the road. Just talking about the behavioral issues, you have no control over that.
And I repeat, the transport authority and the government have that control. My job is to encourage them. My job is to have workshops, seminar, meetings with all sectors of the society, get them in line. But I cannot say to them, get out of the vehicle, go home, I'm going to take a license. Right? Or here's I'm going to put a bangle in your hand and take it down to the central. That is not my...
Agreed.
Top of my pay grade.
Agreed. Okay. So the bottom line is you met with the minister yesterday. To my mind, another useless meeting. But you tell me what you got out of it.
Another productive meeting.
Yeah, that resulted in what?
Since the start of last year. Because we are closer to see a number of things happening in the transport sector. First of all, we were granted, we have 8,000 hackney carriage in the cooperatives run up and down all over the place and do their thing. Now, we're putting some route system in the cooperative area, and these members are now asked to go into a route or...
A hackney carriage into a route?
Yes, go into a route. Change over to a route arrangement or...
Why?
Remain a hackney carriage, because you cannot have persons running...
So you tell on time and then people they must move over to a route thing?
No, because on time is a taxi company, organized taxi company.
And so you're not no strength for them.
Not like Uber and InDrive.
Right.
It's creating pain, hell, and misery on our road. Over 15,000 of them,
So your answer is to tell the hackney carriage man to move over to a route system?
Yes, because it's better for him. Because there are certain things that if he can be charged for operating contrary to his license.
The route system isn't
Mountain View.
The route system isn't overpopulated already?
It is. And I said making worse by Uber and InDrive.
So we are talking about then, Edgerton. If you're telling more hackney people to move into the route system, which is already overpopulated, how that going to work?
The route system in the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region is not overpopulated because there wasn't a route system apart from Kingston and Maxfield and those areas.
Right.
So there's about 3 routes in Kingston. We are now putting about 30 routes thanks to the Jamaica Urban Transit Company. And people can now taxis now operate on those routes freely and not being run down by the police or the transport authority and vehicle being taken away for operating contrary. There's an organized system now in the KNTR.
Okay, I'm out of time, so I have to leave it there. But obviously, we keep our eyes on the gas prices. We know it's going to impact the cost of transport. Edgerton Newman, President of the Transport Operators Development Services. Time for
Thank you.
Cool.